What's happening, YouTube? I'm Transient. Welcome to my channel. As always, we are playing Watcher of Realms. Guys, I sound a bit dodgy, mainly because I've got a bit of a cold, which is annoying. So I apologize if I'm constantly sniffing and so on. Anyway, this video is to talk about what's coming up this weekend. So we've got Black Friday sales. I'm not sure exactly what is going to be sold, but I'm curious. So we've got the Black Friday events, and then this weekend we've also got an event sign-in, which will be good. Rewards, treasure hunt, scroll exploration, the usual stuff. But then we've got two banners. The first one, Dralin and Talon. Great banner. Talon is still really useful, very powerful as a platformer and also as a ground unit. She's useful in Matrix, lots of places, very useful. And Dralin is fantastic. I personally only have one copy of her and still find her very, very useful. Useful in she's useful in Abyss, useful in Matrix, useful in Arena. She's very, 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 very good. If you can get an A1, absolutely fantastic. And then obviously, I'm sure the rest of her. Actually, let's look what the rest of her awakenings are like. So A1 is her range increases, which is the main one. Damage reductions increased by 8. 5 stacks of vigor permanently increases her max HP. And some more HP. When basic attack hits enemies, the healing multiplier for healing allies no longer decreases. Fantastic. So basically, you just want to basically up to maybe A4. Oh, A5. Fantastic hero. Absolutely great. If you've got the summons, well, we'll see what happens for most people. But as we've still got this current summoning session going on, which is obviously for Lady Mina, Count Dracula, and Bloodletter, I'd be very surprised if people have a huge amount of summons remaining. But that is the summons we've got. We've got a standard banner, which is a special invocation, and then we've also got divine banner. Now, I've blown all of my divines, but if people have divines, this would be a pretty good place to spend it on to get Dralin. And then the second banner, which is quite possibly, you will hear a lot of people say, quite possibly the best Lord banner we've ever had. And that's quite simply because we will get to choose who we're pairing with Lycan. Lycan looks pretty cool. He's a Kirin, if I'm not mistaken, if that's how it's pronounced. He's physical damage, AoE, looks pretty powerful. Arbiter, very cool, very unique, and he's a tactician. In terms of the way his skills work, it looks like they want you to use him and move him around as much as possible. He's got that displacement skill where he can move in and specifically remove another player. Yep, and can move and can take even occupied and forcefully remove them, at which point they will have a reduced what's called what word am I looking for? Well, the amount of cooldown reduction in terms of how long it takes for them to come back on. So yeah, he's a very, very cool hero. I don't have a test of it, so I can't really test him. I've just seen other videos, and I just like the look of him, and I like collecting all the heroes. So yeah. Now, the best bit of the banner, obviously, is the Lord Selector. We've got a huge selection of Lords, but everyone will only really be going after the ancient ones. Now, most people who aren't veterans of this game, haven't been around for 2.5 years, will probably be looking at Ingrid. Ingrid's amazing, fantastic hero, but there are quite a few other heroes to get. Me personally, the two lords that I'm interested in are Ivar one, because I don't have him, and two, to assist in my GVG, and Nastia, because I've got Vaughn and Numera, but no Nastia. Probably, me personally, I'll probably lean towards Nastia, but we will see when that time comes along. But yeah, so being able to choose your own lord is pretty good. Now, because that is coming, we've got what's the day? Today's Tuesday. You got about 4 days. Right. Now, as we've just spent 2 weeks blowing our entire load trying to get Dracula and whoever, farming ancients. Now, obviously, it all depends on where you are in the game, but this is what I would recommend people do. If you want to try to at least give yourself some chance of being able to do something this weekend, buy as many stamina pots and points as possible from many different places as possible. And obviously, the further you are in the game, the better. And farm the gear age, especially if you're gear age 19 and above, especially for 22, 23, 24. Farm the hell out of them. You will most likely be able to pick up quite a few Malric runes and farm the hell out of Malric, because in Malric, quite often you get ancient shards, quite a few of them actually. And if you farm as many of those, you would be surprised how quickly you can accumulate ancients. The other thing I would also do is Tower of Deception. This is my free-to-play account, so I haven't even reached there on this account yet. Tower of Deception. There's quite a lot of ancients to be found there if you haven't already completed it. A lot of ancients there. And obviously your guild boss. If you can afford to buy some a third run on Drake's Chasm, so you can do perhaps the first two or the last two and then Abyss, you can all do all three. That will help towards getting you some more ancients. I reckon even in the next 4 days, if you did all that farming, you could definitely pick up, depending on how far you are, 5 or 6, 7 even, maybe even 10, to be honest. If you do a lot of farming. Obviously it takes time, but if you're trying to get as many ancients as possible, you can actually pick up quite a lot pretty quickly. So that is what is coming this weekend. Now, guys, we've just had 3 weekends, or we're going to have had 3 weekends of the Dracula event. Then we're going into the Pick Your Own Lord event. I want to just think for a second. With this game, you know perfectly well they want to make money. And usually the best way for them to make money is for them to give us ancients or some super new character who is very good, like a limited hero like Wukong or so on. So we've had 3 weekends of Dracula. We're then going to have an Ancient Lord Selector. What that tells me, which would therefore be about 2.5 to 3 weeks before Christmas, and then obviously, let's say 4 or 5 weeks between then and New Year, is something big is coming. Now we know that a couple of things have happened. What her name? Gwendolyn has been buffed, and her shields now look amazing. Apparently, I've never had Gwendolyn. She came out long before I played the game. So Gwendolyn could be the new limited that is rerun. So there's Gwendolyn coming, who's been buffed. Venoma has been buffed, which probably means that there will. Well, she's not going to be a banner unless she's mixed with someone else. So Venoma could be on a banner. Not saying anyone should pick her. I'm just saying. Plus, so with all the things that have been happening, to me, it just signals that something big is coming. Either a brand new lord, and there's been talk of 2 new lords, a Northerner Lord and an Arbiter Lord. Either a brand new Lord is coming, or some super duper new limited or ancient or some other hero is coming. It just seems too obvious with all these big event windows, if you will, i.e. your Christmas, Black Friday, all this coming. They have to fill these things with big things, and the fact that they're giving us so much, so at the moment it just stands to reason to me that they are doing this to rob us of all our resources, so that if we have money, that we spend it in order to try not to miss out. So, 2 things I suggest. If you can this weekend, and you can dip in and out in your summons, it might make sense if you can save some ancients for what's probably to come, and some rares if possible. And what was the other thing I was going to say about that? Yeah, if you can save, that would be good, because I think there is a lot coming. And if you can avoid FOMO, so even if you miss out on something, don't worry, as long as you like the game and you keep playing, you will eventually get most of the heroes, unless of course they're limited who don't come back. That is one thing. If you want trying to avoid spending money, just do not get FOMO. If you miss a hero, you miss a hero. It's not the end of the world. You will still be able to get through most of the challenges within the game. Anyway, I think I just wanted to talk about that, and I think I will leave it there. Guys, hope you all have a good day, and yeah, look forward to what's coming this weekend. Whatever you do, do it well. I'm transient, and I'm out.